We're going to have a great chat here. If you guys disagree, come to the front of the line. It's an open mic for a couple hours, and it's really nice being near your cathedral here, by the way. I got to tell you, the cathedral of college football is pretty great. So, all right, let's get started, everybody.
Hi, so my question is regarding the mass deportation that Donald Trump is trying to enforce if he is elected as president. And my question is, do you think this mass deportation is fair, and if you do, why?
Yes, of course, I do. And it's first and foremost, we'll start with the people that committed crimes while they're here, DUIs, murders, rapes, so on and so forth. So let me give you one very simple example that is emotional, but it is personal, and it is local. The killer of Laken Riley should be deported and should be put in a foreign prison, not an American prison.
Here it is. Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Country's laws, of which illegal immigration is and the illegal people coming in the country are, then we have every right to repel them and to send them back to their country of origin.
Do you think this mass deportation will negatively affect the U.S. economy?
I actually think it will positively affect the U.S. economy. I think that what it will do is, number one, you guys will have less people to compete for housing prices. So one of the reasons why housing is going up is because in supply and demand, if you have 10 million new people, they have to live somewhere. And when you have to live somewhere, then all of a sudden you have more people going after a finite good. Simple law of supply and demand. This is why sand is cheap and diamonds are expensive, is because when you have a surplus of something or a finite supply of something, prices will go up, or if you have a surplus, prices will go down. So I think housing prices will stabilize as part of that. There probably will be some speed bumps on the road in manual labor, but honestly what you'll see then is wages will go up, and wages will go up for American workers. And do you know who, specifically the population that will be benefited by this is working class voters of all races, but specifically Latino and Black Americans that work with their hands, that currently are having their wages undercut by individuals that break the law, come to the southern border, and then destabilize their working wage.
Well, I disagree, because if you don't already know, illegal immigrants make up 20% of the labor force in the United States, and they pay over $100 billion in taxes, but they receive almost no benefits from the taxes that they pay from.
What?
Fighting for more degree-based.
Yeah, so first of all, I don't expect you to know this, but they, of course, do receive benefits. For example, they show up at a hospital, they'll receive care. They receive police support. They go to local schools. Right, so they send their kids to local social services. Additionally, they get money from the federal government as well, food stamp assistance, Medicaid, so on and so forth. That has now been expanded to even illegal immigrants. Damn! Secondly, though, they're still here on our terms. So we just might have a difference of how a country should be constituted. One of the reasons I support Trump is that a fundamental premise of how a country should exist is that the citizen should be able to determine who comes in their country, and that we actually have a say in elections of whether or not it's too much, too little, not enough, or whatever it is. It's obviously too much right now. It's unsustainable. It is then making our lives worse. And I'm not saying this is just because of illegal migration, but it's partially everybody in this audience right now. You are the first generation since George Washington to have it life worse off than your parents. You're the most depressed, sick, anxious, medicated, alcohol addicted, and poor generation per capita in modern American history. And just a very simple rule, and again, this ties into illegal immigration, but not specifically, is that if you are getting routinely poorer year over year, you should fire your leaders and put leaders back in charge that we're actually making life better and we're getting richer and be able to own homes.
Got him! Got him!
Americans, Native American jobs, or even Native Americans too, but American-born jobs, not illegal migrant labor that cut in line and then basically said to the entire immigration system, so bad, it's too bad. Who here is a first-generation immigrant or a son or daughter of? So can I ask you a question? Did your parents come here the right way?
Yes.
Okay. No, this is important. So your parents came the right way, and your parents should be applauded for following the rules and coming here the right way. Do you know who it's an insult to? Your parents, that other people can just cut in line and border jump into our country and basically tell your parents, oh, sorry that you filled out all the paperwork and you waited in line. We can just then do an act of injustice. So I'm actually on your parents' side here. I want more people to follow the law and come in here legally. I do not want a mass illegal immigration invasion of the country. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.